Yes, okay. It is 6:06. I have a new Alani flavor that I haven't tried. I don't know how new it is. It is watermelon, okay? I don't know why they have watermelon in winter, but it's what they went with, watermelon in winter. This actually tastes just like those watermelon gummies that you'd get in the vending machines at high school. Sour Patch, watermelon. Tastes just like it. So first, I need my caffeine. It's a requirement. It's 6:06. I need caffeine. I'm watching my baby monitor. If you're wondering what I'm doing every time I look at this corner, I'm looking at my baby boy. So this morning, okay, I keep looking at my bangs and just saying like Santa, Puro Santa, 80s hair. They're a little too curled. Oh well, I'll live. Good morning guys. I'm here today and I'm finally caught up on all my chores after recording so much from literally August till the end of October. I think I made 20 videos in October alone. So it was pretty awesome. I like this new camera. It really helps me get more videos out and react to videos while I try to get my spooky channel started, which I'm just so excited for. It is officially winter, which is the time for ghost stories, okay? It is. I don't care what anybody taught you. Winter is the time for ghost stories. Now we won't get into that here. If anything, we can talk about it on the Spooky channel. This morning, I want to talk about a goat. We have a goat to talk about. A CNN goat, to be exact. And I'm not referring to like Chank's dating life, okay? That's not a reference I'm making here. I'm speaking of the greatest of all time type of goat, okay? Mr. Scott Jennings. Mr. Scott Jennings is the GOAT of CNN. And my ladies here at Pop and Politics are bringing us a clip from this week. I think it's from this week. Okay. Here we are with Pop and Politics. Let's press play and jump into this clip. Scott Jennings destroys Ana Navarro on CNN after she implodes over Dems ending government shutdown.
Here, Ana Navarro right now is on a CNN panel with Scott
Jennings.
Yes, Jennings. And she's talking about Republicans. They continue to lie. And this is what's so infuriating. Take a look.
I know a lot of Republicans. I know a lot of Democrats. They're cut from different cloths.
I don't think she knows any Republicans in her personal life. She might say she knows them, but she just probably knows of them and thinks they're all Nazis. So immediately, I don't believe that she knows Republicans. Second of all, imagine having to work around this fucking table. I literally hate my life so much. Scott Jennings, they better be paying you good because I could not put up with these bitches. These cackling hens, dude. Cackling hens is the best way to put it because none of it makes sense. It's all babble, and they all talk over each other. A bunch of nonsense. Okay, let's get into the cackling.
Yeah, right.
Democrats simply don't have the cold-heartedness necessary to see people suffering and just say, let them eat cake.
Yeah, but
they're not the types that they're not.
We need to do this while we have the leverage.
Of course, there will be, families that are going to suffer, but it is one of the few leverage times we have.
You reopen the government and we lose our leverage. There has to be an agreement.
Even
right now.
Bernie.
That's what this whole shutdown is about. Why are
Even Bernie wants you guys to feel the burn, all right?
working families the leverage the Democrats need to get Obamacare fixed?
It's the only lever we have.
Some Republican senators pushed a bill that would pay government workers.
I think that just gives the president more leverage
To do it.
I mean, you just heard Democrats.
And what was Donald Trump doing in the meantime?
He doesn't have a
Donald
vote in the
Trump
legislature.
No, he's the president of the United States, the most powerful president with
we
Republicans
just
in my
played-
lifetime,
we just
Scott.
played-
He never once even told them, come back to Washington.
We just played
You guys
Democrat.
have been out of Washington for a month and a half.
Correct.
A month and a half.
Anna.
Many of my friends are unhappy. They think we should have kept our government closed indefinitely to protest the policies of the Trump administration. I share their opinions of this administration, but cannot accept a strategy which wages political battle at the expense of my neighbor's paycheck or the food for his children.
We just played Democrat after Democrat admit that
Good for that guy. Good for that guy. So many Democrats are not willing to speak up for American people and go against their party. It's supposed to be people before party, country before party. But these people are all putting their party, their pockets, and their political agendas above everything else. They're afraid of the money they're going to lose. That's the honest truth. At least in my eyes.
that the Democratic plan to prolong the shutdown was causing, quote, suffering. That was their words, not mine. Democrats themselves realized the tactic of suffering was no longer something they could personally stomach. That was their party, not Republicans.
Only 7 Democrats voted for this.
8.
Not Democrat after Democrat. No.
He caucuses with
There were
Democrats.
7.
He
And
made
then
caucus.
Okay, before Scott talks about anything else, you guys should see this. Okay.
The Democrat scam has failed. That's right. The giant shut down the government scam that the Democrats are doing.
Okay, so I want to show you guys what Senator Kennedy's idea was before they decided to open the government. What Kennedy's bill was in order to keep the government closed and keep the Democrats standstill going, I guess you could say. Let's see.
Cheat! They are a bunch of scoundrels, cheaters, and psychopaths! Terminate the filibuster! Take our country back! Approve voter ID! Make America great again! Dude, he's like cooking. This is diabolical. He has been insane. So now, I'm gonna have to show you a major drama that happened behind the scenes. No one is talking about this, and that's why I have to. It is part of this entire situation. Definitely subscribe for all the behind-the-scenes drama. AOC said, you needs to be silenced to Senator Kennedy. All right, this guy, this cute old man.
Dude, Senator Kennedy is like the greatest thing to happen to the internet when it comes to young Republicans. He says awesome stuff all the time. He is quoted the most. He has the most quirkiest sayings. Everyone on my side, every conservative, independent Republican, they love Kennedy. So AOC trying to tell him to shut up is crazy. It's just asinine.
Man. All right. When Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tweeted that John Kennedy was dangerous and needed to be silenced, she never expected what would come next. Kennedy didn't fire back with rage. He walked into a nationally televised forum, pulled out every tweet AOC posted and read them out loud, word for word, no edits, no spin, just the truth. It wasn't a debate. It was a reckoning. From the Constitution to receipts, Kennedy exposed the double standards and hypocrisy in real time. Diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. Now, Kennedy has become one of the major arch nemesis of the Democrats because he has found a way, despite being old as fuck, he has still found a way to talk directly to voters. And the American people listen to this guy because he has been consistently right about almost everything for his entire career. He's one of the really rare guys, and he's also hilarious. He's also just a really funny guy. AOC is one of those people, that's the reason why they have instructions on a shampoo bottle. Like, ever since he said that quote, I knew he was the GOAT. Drywall and Jeffrey Epstein, Christmas ornaments, drywall and Jeffrey Epstein. Name 3 things that don't hang themselves. Dude, I love this guy. I love this guy. So anyway, this was his speech right before, here's just 2 little clips. All right, here are just 2 little clips of his speech right before they voted to open the government, because realistically, there is no defense for the Kennedy.
I don't know what else to do. I voted 14 times to open up government. I can't change the election. President Trump was duly elected president of the United States. He
True.
was in a free election.
True.
And the American people spoke.
True.
And some of my colleagues are upset about that.
I noticed.
In fact, they hate the president so much, they've shut down government. They hate him so much that if President Trump came out in favor of breathing to live, they would hold their breath. It's not rational. And I just don't know what else to do. All I can tell my Democratic friends is, look, reasonable people disagree, and I get it. But you're just being too emotional.
You're all
You need to
feminized.
drink a big, old, cold, tall glass of get over it.
True.
And realize the president.
True. This dude's the president of the United States. Stop bitching and make the government work. Why are you turning this into a war? You suck, guys, for real. Like, dude, it must suck to be that stupid. Anyway, he had another clip.
I like hiccuped and Alani almost came out of my nose. But instead I just choked on it. So if I look like I'm crying, that's why. It almost killed me. That was weird. I apologize. Anyways, this is the clip. This is the clip right here that I wanted you guys to see. But Kennedy's amazing, so why not watch it all?
See,
as everyone knows,
this is 150,000 likes.
Folks aren't being paid while we're in a shutdown. Our air traffic controllers are not being paid. In fact, starting tomorrow, the airlines are going to be canceling flights. Our staffs are not being paid. Federal employees are not being paid. These young men and women here, our pages, are not being paid. Our military is only being partially paid. I'm confused about SNAP payments. Some say that the payments are being made. Some say they aren't. I don't know who's telling the truth, but I do know this. I don't think anybody wants to see anybody hungry in America. The only people that I can ascertain who are being paid are members of Congress.
Oh, shit.
Now, I'm not being paid. I said I wasn't going to take a salary during the shutdown.
Based.
And some of my colleagues are, and I'm not judging anybody. I'm really, the purpose of this is not to judge anybody. I'm just saying that it's time that Congress set an example. I've got two bills I'm going to offer up today. The first one is called the No Shutdown Paychecks to Politicians Act. This just says that while we're in a shutdown, members of Congress don't get paid. And they don't get back pay.
Base.
The second bill is entitled Withhold Member Pay During Shutdowns Act. That bill says while we're in a shutdown, members of Congress don't get paid, but they will get paid. They'll get their money in arrears after we open government back up.
Amazing. That's right. You have to pay the government back if you take money during a shutdown. Like, he's completely right, for the record. He is completely and utterly correct. There's no reason why Congress people should not be getting should be getting
Kennedy.
They're voting to shut the government down.
Will work for you.
And so Trump actually watched that speech and posted this. It was so interesting yesterday when our great senator from Louisiana, John Kennedy, introduced a bill in an attempt to withhold a member of Congress from getting paid, and Rand Paul, who never votes for anything, tried to stop it because he wanted to be paid. In other words, Rand wanted to pay the people who stopped the government from working. What's going on with Rand? A fantastic question. Yeah, no, absolutely. And John Kennedy says, thank you, President Trump. If we can't fund the government, we don't deserve our paychecks. That's common sense to the American people, but unfortunately, common sense is illegal in Washington. Absolutely diabolical. Diabolical! So after Kennedy did this, he basically did a generational media run. Everyone got him on Fox News and on CNN and all the things. And my guy has been cooking nonstop.
Do you ever hear any conversation in the hallway among your Democrat colleagues, maybe the senators from Virginia, others who tend to be slightly more centrist, who are at all concerned about what's happened to the Democrat Party? I mean, they won, Tuesday night, but where is this going?
Yes, I do hear it. A lot of them are scared. They see that the loon wing, the socialist wing, whatever you want to call it, the Bolshevik wing of the party is taken over, and
Yes,
they're
sir.
scared of that wing of that party.
1,000%. They're terrified. Chuck Schumer was.
Okay, I just wanted you guys to hear that before we get into the next clip. My little guy's tossing and turning a little, that's why I'm whispering.
Oh my! You heard what she said. That's what we literally just watched. Leftists bloody a man from TPUSA's nose at UC Berkeley, and she's sitting up here, fat Anna Navarro. Yep, I said it because she's a gluttonous pig, and she's talking about Democrats and Republicans are cut from different cloths.
They all come from different cloths. They are. They really are. And interestingly enough, she said that they can't stomach to see people suffering or whatever, but they can go out and stomach to still kill and destroy. All, like you said, all the riots. This particular one going on now. Every daggone riot since what's his name? Freddie Gray, George Floyd, Michael Brown, all these riots, they were just peaceful protesters, right? Peaceful protests, burning cars, burning down, and
I guess that was the only clip.
So angry, all they did was scream today about how dare they open the government back up. Damn it, people are going to eat. Oh my God, people are going to get paychecks. What can we do? Chuck Schumer's got to get out of here. He's too human. The hell out of here. She's crazy as hell. She's a propagandist of the highest order.
Nicole. And then you had Professor Clump up there talking about
it was only 7 of them, so
oh, Mr. Clump. Nicole, no. I agree with KJ. Nicole, Anna knows what she's doing. She has been here however long. She knows what she's doing. And in order for her to be a propagandist, that means she knows the truth. She's just twisting it and using it. She knows what the hell she's doing. She knows exactly what she's doing. And she's just she's so smug. And is she using Ozempic too? Because she got a little, of course she is.
Oh my God. I didn't know it was just going to be a shady video. I wanted to see the Scott Jennings clip. Scott Jennings is just a goat. And obviously so is Kennedy. What else do I have here? Democrats cave. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just keep talking about the Democrats caving. And let's watch Red Dawn Daly's video.
Actually voting with Senate Republicans to reopen the government and got absolutely nothing from the longest government shutdown in history. What was the point of doing this in the first place if you weren't actually going to care about the Affordable Care Act? What does getting a vote in December mean for the millions of people who are going to experience an increase in their healthcare premiums of $100 to thousands of dollars? If you were going to cave that easily, if you were going to be that soft, if you were going to, what was the point in America going through this in the first place? What kind of stunt is this? Whenever you guys get on my page and you try to say, oh, I'm so biased, I'm so this, I'm so that, I will say what I actually feel regardless of what party they are a part of. This is not something I agree with. Try to keep it calm,
Emotional damage.
I think Chuck Schumer, his days are over.
If he cannot keep his caucus together, he needs.
It's crazy how that's like the nationwide, television-wise, it's the nationwide thought right now, like we must get rid of Chuck Schumer. And they've been doing this since the last government shutdown. Like, Schumer, are you worried? Schumer, are you worried? And now everyone in the media is pushing him to fall. And that's crazy to me because technically they said that Democrats, percentage-wise, 86% are pro-socialism, which is just communism. Socialism is a pretty word for communism. It's the pretty painted picture that they show you before communism comes. And it only takes 2 retards to see that, okay? Okay? It takes 2 retards to see the truth. So it should only take 2 people, regular Joes, to understand. I don't understand how we got to this place. I honestly can't wait for my Trump video because I talk a lot about how communism came about to be in America and what democracy really is and how democracy snuck its sinister ways into America. Okay, this is a constitutional republic, but how many times were you told this was a democracy growing up? It's not. We don't live in a democracy. We live in a constitutional republic that uses electoral democracy. There is a huge difference, a huge, huge difference. And socialism is so dangerous. It's so dangerous. It means more government. It means more control from the government. You can't control yourself, so the government does it for you. You can't control your money, so the government does it for you. You can't control your food intake, so the government does it for you. Socialism. Communism. I will fight for my constitutional republic until the day I die, dude. The end. Now, let's watch these psychopaths convince the whole world that Chuck Schumer is the problem.
to go, he needs to be
Water is wet. The sky is blue. The Democrats caved. What else is new? I have so many thoughts about this. In case you have missed it, I think it's 10 senators. I haven't even gone through the full list because they pissed me off. But it's 10 Democratic senators have agreed to a deal with the Republicans to open the government. And it is.
Honestly, this pisses me off too, because when I voted in the November elections with Trump's, I did vote some Democrats that I trusted would reach across the aisle, and they f***ed me. They f***ed our state. Mark Kelly hasn't done. Ruben Gallegos hasn't done. He's put a bull stain on my last name. That guy, dude. Ruben Gallegos. He's a cartel member who beat his wife. The end. Aside from that, we have that other dumb by China and Mexico and just gets tons of money because she's a white, dumb, liberal bitch who just takes money from Mexico and China. She's retarded. I'm so over it. I'm never voting Democrat again. You'll never catch me voting blue. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Maybe in 50 years, Republicans will go retarded. But I don't see that happening. Yeah, so the fact that no Democrats want them to reach across the aisle and work with Republicans just proves how psychotic the Democratic Party has gotten. Like, what happened to the government working together? We aren't supposed to be against each other, and they're making people that way with the televisions. It makes me so angry. How many people don't see that they're being programmed by their programs? Like, hello? Why do you think they're called programs? It's supposed to be fun, and now I'm all mad. Okay, let's keep going.
They let the Republicans play in their faces.
Wait. Look at that chair, you guys. Is that a bat? It's a bat. Oh my god, it is a bat. Oh, I can't see it. Oh, I think it's a bat. That is awesome. Okay, sorry.
So much, and y'all knew good and doggone well that y'all not built for this. Y'all not petty enough for this. Y'all not strategic enough for this. Y'all know that's who y'all are. So if y'all know that's who you are, then don't play in our face and waste our time for a month.
Think Chuck Schumer needs to go after tonight?
He should have gone a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. Yes.
And finally, there's something that we all can agree on.
You talk about aim and not me.
I don't agree. Okay, so maybe Chuck Schumer should step down, but the reason they're pushing it is because they want socialism. So AOC is going to step up. Okay, AOC will step up, and she is a socialist communist. Okay, what do you think this whole oligarchy tour was? That is communism. You get on a private jet and tell everyone how lucky they are, and tell them you will help them control their money and their food and make their life perfect. A lie, okay? And the lie is socialism. Oh, I hate it.
In the moment, right? Every time he gets in front of the camera, the average Democratic voter out there screams, "Be done with you, be done." And this will only accelerate that.
For months and months, Democrats have been fighting to get the Senate to address the healthcare crisis. This bill does nothing to ensure that that crisis is addressed.
Who created the crisis, Mr. Schumer? Who created the crisis, Mr. Schumer? You want to answer that, you god? You come here and you act like the crisis was created by Trump when you guys are the dumbass who forced everyone to buy insurance at a price that you guys created and stabilized, which is communism. Do you get that? When the government controls, it's communism. You have the right to bear arms, right? You have the right to bear arms. Does that mean the government's going to give you weapons? No. You have the right to health care, right? You have the right to it. It doesn't mean... My cat just jumped on my son's bed. Hold on. It does not mean you are going to get free guns. Just because you have the right doesn't mean you're going to get it handed to you. Just because you have the right to speak your mind doesn't mean you're going to be given a platform, right? Like, common sense. You have the right to get insurance. You have the right to a doctor. It doesn't mean it's going to be handed to you. Look at Canada. Best example of what happens when you give United Health insurance. You want to give healthcare to everyone? Okay, guess what? Euthanasia is going to go up 20%. They're pushing people to kill themselves now in Canada. That's their solution. Oh, well, you see, We can't treat your cancer for about a year, so do you want to kill yourself?
I am voting no, and I will keep fighting.
Look, don't let them spin you. The Democrats caved. People have been asking me, what Democrats caved? I want to know. We need to know. Okay, so these are the Democrats who voted to cave to the Republicans.
These are the Democrats who are willing to work across the aisle. These are the Democrats who were willing to work across the aisle. That's what he should have said. But no, he wants to turn you guys against each other.
8 Democratic senators are Dick Durbin, Maggie Hassan, Angus King, Catherine Cortez Masto, Tim Kaine, Jean Shaheen, Jackie Rosen, and John Fetterman.
Good for them. Good for them. People who are willing to do their job for the people. Yeah, wad. Don Lemon, go back to hating white people. Isn't your boyfriend white? Go back to hating your boyfriend, you psychopath.
They joined the 52 Republicans in this procedural vote to
Notice that word, procedural. It's normal procedure for them to vote together. Because they're our government. It's not separate governments. It's one government, you
reopen the government without a guaranteed extension of healthcare subsidies.
I guess I shouldn't start my day with CNN workers.
Just a promise to pick it up and maybe vote on it in December.
Breaking news. Chuck Schumer needs to be replaced as minority leader for caving to Donald Trump. Look, I may be the first and only member of Congress to say this, but someone needs to start speaking.
Lies. They're testing the waters with somebody we don't recognize. You recognize that face? No. They're testing it out to see if anybody heard him, to see if anyone will bring it up. Then they're going to try it with someone bigger. Probably Bernie. It's kind of simple to see their strategy.
Speaking the truth. If you're not willing to fight to stop premium hikes on 20 million Americans, then what are you willing to fight for? The Democratic Party needs to be strong. We need to stand up for the health care of ordinary Americans. The donors and the establishment won't like me speaking out, but I'm confident that you will have my back.
You yesterday, OMG. Trump is keeping the government shut down and making it so people can't eat. This is the Trump shutdown. You today, OMG. I can't believe we caved and finally opened the government. Now people can eat. We lost all our leverage. Oh.
Not wrong.
Oh. I believe that the majority of folks here in America do not want to be funding healthcare for people who don't belong here.
Let's be clear. The Republicans run the House. The Republicans run the Senate. The Republicans run the White House. The Republicans run the Supreme Court, as far as I'm concerned. This was a choice by Republicans to cut SNAP benefits. This was a choice by Republicans to cut ACA subsidies. This was a choice by the Republicans to gut the federal government and federal employment. Democrats had nothing to do with it.
Why is she sitting here acting like we, the American public, don't know that we need bipartisan support on these things, that the filibuster still exists? And
because the school system failed us.
And that Democrats were going to have to cross over and work with the party who won. What do you mean they had nothing to do with it?
Repeat something a bunch of times and the public will believe it. That's what we've learned from this bullshit. Repeat lies nonstop. There's still lies from 2016 election going around that have been debunked for years. Retards. We should be called like the retard nation. America. The retard nation. I love America and I love being retarded, but man, we're fucked.
They had everything to do with it. They did this.
To do with it. I want an opposition party. I think the Democrats caved. I think the Democrats let down the American people. And like you, Whoopi, I have absolutely no faith that the Republican Party will come to the negotiating table in good faith. You know, you do something like this, shame on you the first time. You do it twice, 3 times, 4 times, shame on me. Shame on the Democrats for even believing that the Republicans will, even vote on it. There's no guarantee.
I'm sorry, who's going to vote on it? Who's not going to vote?
In this New Deal, that there's going to be a vote. There's no even commitment to have a vote.
Sounds like a great deal to me.
I think there is a deep sense of outrage and betrayal. And this is not just about progressive Democrats. This is across the board, the entire party.
The jackass. The face of the jackass party.
There are members of Congress who have won Trump-held districts in some of the most difficult territory in the United States, who walked the plank and took innumerable risks in order to defend the American people, in order to defend Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare, just to...
Except for, lose their paychecks. They don't want to lose their paychecks. They'll take everyone else's that they can, but they don't want their paychecks to go anywhere. Just remember that.
See Senate Democrats even consider acquiescing to Elon Musk. I think it is a huge slap in the face, and I think that there's a wide sense of betrayal if things proceed as currently planned.
How will House Democrats and Senate Democrats work together now if there is such a sense of betrayal?
I think that creates a real challenge, and that in and of itself, I think, is part of what makes the leadership of this moment so crucial. Because this is a decision about trust. It is a decision about trust and cooperation, because there will be a day where the Senate will need the House to move on something. And if there is an erosion of trust and a breach of trust, such as what is being considered right now, it will make cooperation difficult. And we cannot afford to be in an every person for themselves kind of moment. We need to work together and as a team in order to usher our country through this very dark time.
Do you think she listens to anything that comes out of her mouth? Because to me, she just sounds stupid. When has she worked across the aisle? Can anybody name one time AOC has reached across the aisle to work with the other side? I'll wait. Feel free. Inform me.
Sounds to me like she is giving serious consideration to primarying Chuck Schumer, which will be something to behold. But this is what happens when you encourage the more extreme ends of your party. You have a bunch of people who are super, super far to one side instead of being more centrist, and they will go in, yes, and they will win the Democrat primaries with their far out their beliefs. However, when it comes to general election time, will they be able to win the general? They don't have the best chance of winning. Elections are won and lost usually off of the middle, off of those independents, those swing voters that can go either way. So if your party leans way too far one way or the other way, you're gonna wind up losing those critical voters that you need to bring you over the top of the mountain.
The point that Senator Schumer has kind of made is, the CR is bad, but a shutdown is worse. So how do you respond to that point?
That is, I cannot understate, I cannot underscore enough how incorrect that is.
Isn't it funny that she's saying this when she told Senator Kennedy to shut the f***, and Senator Kennedy told her to give up her payment if she wants to keep government closed? Why couldn't she just do that? She would have helped the American people save money, considering our deficit. But no, she needs her payments. She needs her salary, while everyone else is shut down. Everyone she can control.
Because what this does, what voting for this CR does, is that it codifies the chaos and the reckless cuts that Elon Musk has been pursuing. The robbing of our federal government in order to finance tax cuts for billionaires is what is happening, and that is what Senate Democrats will be empowering if they vote for this.
Look at those eyes. Look at those fucking eyes. You can see the whites under her eyes. Look at those. She looks crazy. She is crazy. And she's full of fucking lies. Look at this. This is a lying face. Look at that lying face.
The CR.
The agreement that was reached tonight, what do you think it does to perhaps what we heard from President Trump, where he repeatedly claimed the Democrats wanted to give free health care to, as he put it, to illegal aliens, as he said. I mean, now part of this agreement is to fund SNAP for another year. So essentially, I mean, should we revisit the claim that the president never really provided evidence for?
Well, look, in the beginning, Democrats absolutely did want to repeal part of the big, beautiful bill that does strictly prohibit illegal aliens from getting Medicaid benefits. That's a separate issue from SNAP. Look, what happened tonight is what's been happening. Republicans have repeatedly voted to fund SNAP. Democrats had been voting to not fund SNAP by, of course, voting to keep the government closed. And only a handful of Democrats tonight voted to fund SNAP. I'm glad those brave Democrats stepped forward to fund SNAP because people absolutely need it. If this were really about SNAP, if it were really about starving families, Democrats on Twitter and Democrats on social media and Democrats on some of the other networks wouldn't be having the meltdown that they're having tonight. But one good outcome here is that Republicans finally got their way. People will get their SNAP benefits just the way the Republicans have been voting since day one. I'm shocked, frankly, that Democrats have been voting to defund SNAP. It's pretty shocking, really, that they held these SNAP beneficiaries hostage. And now here at the end of it, again, it's all political. They got nothing. They held these poor people hostage and literally got nothing. They got nothing except a bunch of anxiety and a bunch of pain throughout the American people. Terrible.
You tell him, Scott. It was a giant waste of time. It hurt a lot of people, and it was all for nothing.
Well, Joe, you have to go back to what the strategy was at the beginning of the shutdown. There were two goals, both of which I support. One was standing up to Donald Trump. The other was getting some resolution on the ACA premium tax credit issue. The problem was the shutdown wasn't accomplishing either goals, and there was practically, well, there was zero likelihood that it was going to. In terms,
No. Maybe because you're fighting the American people who voted for our president? How does that not make sense? You guys are so stupid. Like, I've never seen so many stupid people. I'm stupid. I know I'm stupid. That's why I say retarded. Like, I know I'm retarded. I know I'm a fucking dumbass. But these people are retarded. Like, you're literally saying, oh yeah, our main goal is to stand up against Trump. And who voted for Trump? The American citizens, you I'm fuck you.
of standing up to Donald Trump, the shutdown actually gave him more power. Exhibit A being what he's done with SNAP and SNAP benefits across the country. Oh, by the way, Joe, you're going to love this. Guess who's getting paid during the shutdown? Not the park rangers or air traffic controllers. The ICE agents under special law under that big awful bill.
Good. When there is violence up 800 to 1,000% against ICE agents, good. I hope they get bonuses for Christmas, you god. You. You should be King Anus. King Anus, not Angus, you
that they passed last summer. The ICE agents are being paid. Nobody else is. So standing up to Donald Trump didn't work. It actually gave him more power.
I love how Democrats are taking a victory lap for for finally accepting reality and accepting the deal that it's been on the table for weeks. Reopen the government without any preconditions, and we will talk about any other priorities that you want. Again, Democrats shut down the government for 40 days, ended up in the exact same place, but with egg on their face. Democrats caved, and what you're seeing is a lot of Democrats on the far left, because the far left hand didn't know what the left hand was doing in this whole process, are mad. And I think you're seeing the energy, the money from the left going to be really taken out if some of these senators are not retiring, or we're going to be seeing a lot of pressure on Democrats in the House as well. Remember, this shutdown was solely about placating their left-wing base, nothing more.
Breaking news now. Exactly. And that's why the Democrats' ratings are at like a 20%, a steady 20%, in losing people every day. All right, I'm going to end it there because this is just bugging me further. I need to like laugh now. That was so annoying. Oh my God, they make me so mad. Let's go see Scott Jennings one more time.
Republicans going to use leverage in their fight with Democrats when the Democrats are actually the ones with the upper hand in the eyes of voters?
Well, I'm sure Democrats will be more than happy to open the government now. The election's over. I mean, part of the reason they shut it down was to get through tonight.
I mean, I
would suspect they'll be they'd open it up by the end of the week.
Adam Schiff, he was like, hold the line.
AOC, there's lots of rumors of
she
people
said,
wanting to
hold the
open
line.
it.
Look, I don't see what is the.
Adam Schiff and AOC are her examples. Seriously? I thought she was like one of the most beautiful women on CNN, but her attitude makes her so ugly, and the way she reacts emotionally, it just makes her even more ugly. Like, I can't help it. When I see a beautiful person and then they act like shit, it makes their face look like shit. I can't help it. Like, my brain connects attitude to facial features. And if you're a f***wad, you're gonna look like a f***wad to me. And she looks like a
incentive for Democrats to back down when voters are basically saying Trump's not doing enough, it's the Republicans' fault.
What? Are you serious?
And then they basically handed the keys in this past election to the Democrats. It's where's the leverage?
Again, these are blue states electing Democrats, not a shock.
Of course.
Democrats clearly wanted this shutdown to get through Election Day. I do think they are facing pressure from their internal coalitions. The unions, the air traffic controllers, the government employee unions are desperate to get the government back open. They're feeling a little bit of internal heat, but again, the election's now over. I'm sure tomorrow morning phones will start ringing and it'll be open soon enough. This was a political shutdown, and that's what they did, and now we're through the election.
You're so right.
Well, we know he's right now. And we know the Democrats do everything they do for themselves, and they always have, and they always will. And that's why I'll never vote blue again. And I hope you guys can see the truth too eventually. If you're a Democrat or an independent, I hope that you watch my next video, my next series of videos, because let me go to my full screen. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this with me, because it was a lot. It took a lot for me to get through that without punching the computer. Okay, I'm kidding. But seriously, I'm not starting my morning with CNN ever again. Ever. Ever. Never. I cannot. But Scott Jennings is a GOAT. Kennedy's a GOAT, okay? Scott Jennings, GOAT of CNN. Senator Kennedy, GOAT of Capitol Hill. And yeah, you guys have to watch my video because it's gonna... Okay, I lied. It's not just one video. About a year ago, after Trump won, I did 100 Days of Trump to talk about all the amazing things he did and all the things that I voted for him for. And why I'm satisfied and why I love our country and where we are headed. As long as the Democrats don't screw everything up. But yeah, stick around. Even if you're a Democrat, even if you're an independent, even if you're a stick around and maybe you'll learn a few things. Maybe you'll open your eyes a bit. But I understand a lot of libtards don't like to open their eyes, so that's okay. You can leave it, so you don't have to watch me. Yes, so in my next series of videos, we will be discussing immigration, trans, tariffs. What am I missing? Immigration, trans, tariffs. I know there's more. It's 6 hours. It's literally a 6-hour video, and I'll be splitting it up into like maybe 8 to 12, maybe 14 if I need that much time. Hopefully 8. Hopefully I don't have to go bigger than 8. But yeah, I hope you guys stick around. I hope you enjoyed laughing at these idiots. Do you think Scott Jennings is the go-to CNN? Do you have a favorite line from Senator Kennedy? Because he's got some good hitters, right? He's got some good one-liners. He's awesome at it, honestly. And he just put out a book, which I would love to read. Seems like it's a good read. But yeah, I'm really grateful that you guys joined me this morning for my random last-minute video before I jump into this really, really long series. And don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe so you'll be here for all the crazy shit I'm gonna be posting. And don't forget to leave a comment, okay? If you made it all the way to the end, let me know. Put a little flag, a little American flag, or put a little goat. I don't know. Alright, you guys have a blessed one, and I will see you next time.